So you want to know how I grew my channel from 0 to 1,000 subscribers? Well, you're in luck today because I have all the secrets, and after watching this entire video, you'll be able to grow to 1,000 subscribers just like that. Just kidding. Guys, there are no secrets to growing on YouTube. However, there are tips that I've learned over the past several months that really drove the growth of this channel, and today I'm going to share that knowledge with you. Let's go. What's poppin', what's Gucci, guys? If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. Today's video is quite different than the usual content I put on the channel, as you can probably tell by the title, but I wanted to make this video because I know a ton of people out there who have a goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers, but they don't necessarily have the right skills and knowledge yet. So since I managed to grow my channel from 0 to 1,000 subscribers in less than 6 months, I wanted to share what I learned along the way that really helped me drive the growth of this channel. And before we get started with today's video, I wanted to give all my subscribers another shout out, because without you guys, I wouldn't have this much confidence on YouTube, I wouldn't have the same kind of motivation to keep on going, and overall, I wouldn't be where I am right now without you guys. So thank you all again. You guys are honestly so amazing, and I really mean it. But yeah, for today's video, there's going to be a couple of different topics I want to talk about, because without learning about these topics, I wouldn't have been able to produce the content that you guys enjoyed today. I wouldn't have been able to trigger the YouTube algorithm, and I wouldn't have been able to tell you guys to smash the like button if you haven't done so yet. So let's just take a second and do that right now. Just click on it till it turns blue like this. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump right into it. The first tip I want to tell you guys about is figuring out what your channel will be about, or as the pros call it, developing your niche. The first couple of videos will really set the foundation of what people will expect should they decide to subscribe to your channel and watch your videos. Now, if you don't really know what your channel is going to be about yet, just write down a list of potential ideas that you think people might enjoy watching. Also, I would say that these ideas must be something that you genuinely enjoy talking about as well, because for example, if I was to make medical videos and I don't genuinely enjoy talking about medical related topics, chances are those videos are going to fail, and why would I even want to pursue YouTube in the first place if I'm doing something that I don't enjoy? So yeah, experiment with some videos, develop your niche, and then drill down on it further if possible. What I mean by that is, for instance, if you want to start a gaming channel, right? What kind of aspect of gaming are you trying to portray to your audience? Are you going to make commentary gameplay, tutorials, walkthroughs, highlights, reactions? What kind of content do you specifically want to put out for them so that next time you upload a new video, they'll want to come back to your channel? Again, if you have some general ideas on the type of content you want to put out on your channel, but you haven't dug into any specifics yet, that's okay. As long as you have some general ideas flowing, just go ahead and make those videos. But the most important thing to do here is to really understand what your audience wants to see. And a really good way to learn about this is just by asking them, either through the description or the comment section. Honestly, a couple of videos on my channel are the result of people asking questions and just me answering them. Okay, so now that you know what your niche is, or at least you think you know what it is, the second tip is to figure out what kind of equipment you need in order to be successful on your channel. And guys, I'm not saying go out there and spend a couple grand on camera equipment. That would just be outrageous. But I'm just saying figure out what you will need in order to produce decent quality content so that you can build out your subscriber base. For me, I just started off with my iPhone X, and since I haven't transformed my room into a proper YouTube studio yet, I primarily film inside my car, as you can see. And it's pretty cool, by the way, because of the whole panoramic roof situation. But anyways, my suggestion is to just start off with your phone and buy a tripod from like Amazon or whatever. I'll leave a link down below into like the one that I have. So just start with that and then branch off from there. When I first started YouTube, I told myself if I can't get a good subscriber base with just my iPhone, I wouldn't have been able to get it with a better camera either. So because of this, I set a goal for myself to reach a certain amount of subscribers first before I invested in a new camera. Flash forward a couple months, I hit my goal and got myself a new camera. Now, if you have the funds and you really think you're going to commit to YouTube, by all means, go for it. It's your money, buy whatever you want. But generally all you need is your phone. And yes, there are exceptions, like if you were a gaming channel, then obviously you would need a proper desktop and a proper webcam, which I'm pretty sure you have those things already since you game in the first place. But my point here is start off simple and see where the winds take you. The third tip I have for you is in regards to filming and editing your videos. How you film your videos is going to be one of the most important aspects of your channel, and how you edit will potentially make or break those videos. Let me explain. When you're filming, you want to make sure that you're filming at a good angle. Nobody wants to see you like this or like this. So the angle you set is going to be very important. Think about it like you're making a presentation, or you're just having a face-to-face conversation with somebody, because that's pretty much what it is. Just take a look at a couple of your favorite YouTubers. What kind of things are they doing? Are they giving you eye contact, or are they directing your attention somewhere else in the video? And guys, this is very general and broad, but just analyze what kind of styles the more successful YouTubers have and make it into your own. Now comes the editing piece, and I've got to say that editing is something sometimes tricky because once in a while you'll see those videos where it's like a panda sneezing or something like that, and those videos would get hundreds of millions of views, but those are definitely outliers. In a normal or traditional video, you should notice that some form of editing is involved. When I first started YouTube on a separate channel way back in college, I used to just compile clips together, and from there I would call it good. But now that I look back on it, I'm like, why didn't I cut this part out? Or like, why didn't I speed this part up? If I had edited those parts up, then maybe the videos would have been better and perhaps the growth on the channel would have been much quicker. But I never really looked into it until now, and part of the reason why I was able to grow my channel from 0 to 1,000 subscribers in less than 6 months is because I finally sat down and did my research and learned all the skills about editing. So guys, do your studying, analyze the pros, and then figure out your own style so that your viewers will fall in love with your content. Before we move on to the next topic, a lot of you might have questions on like, what kind of editing software should I use? And the answer to that is, it doesn't really matter. Well, sometimes it does, but overall they provide similar tools that you can use, so it really boils down to how you use those tools. For example, a lot of people use editing software like Filmora, Sony Vegas, iMovie, Final Cut Pro, but when you're watching their videos, can you really tell what kind of program they're using? Most likely not, right? Personally, I use iMovie because it does the job, and overall I'm pretty satisfied with how the videos turn out, but I have to admit there are definitely some areas of improvement that I would definitely like to see, so perhaps I'll try out some new software sometime in the near future. But if you have a hard time deciding on what kind of editing software you want to use, I'm sure a lot of them are either free or offer free trials, so just try them all out and figure out which one is best for your workflow. On to tip number 4, creating an attention-grabbing thumbnail. Now, by no means am I an expert in creating the best thumbnails or anything like that, but I can proudly say that over the past several months, my thumbnail game has definitely improved, and you can even go on my channel to check them out. The first couple of videos I posted on YouTube, I barely edited the thumbnails, and now that I'm thinking about it, I should probably go back and remake them. But back to the point, thumbnails are usually the first thing people see, so you want to make them as clickable as possible. Let's say you were going to make a video about Lamborghinis or something like that. Obviously, you would want to include a picture of the Lamborghini in the thumbnail, but if it was super far away in the distance, can people actually see it? And if it was cut off halfway, how would that impact the thumbnail? The question you should be asking yourself is this thumbnail intriguing enough to make people want to click on it without even seeing the title? My philosophy here is the more flirty your thumbnails are, the higher click-through rate you'll have, which results in more views for the channel. And guys, this goes back to the editing portion. Make sure your thumbnails are bright, colorful, transparent in what the video will be about, and ultimately eye-catching. Pretend you were an anonymous viewer just scrolling through YouTube. If you came across your thumbnail, would you click it? I mean, seriously, the best thing you could do for yourself is to be your hardest critic, and the higher standards that you set for yourself, the better content you will have. And after you successfully create a thumbnail, ask your friends and family members what they think. After all, they are probably the ones who initially watched your first couple of videos in the first place. If they approve, then yeah, use the thumbnail for your video. Give it a try. And if they don't approve, tell them they don't know what they're talking about because you're the YouTuber. I'm just kidding, but for real, get their opinions and see what kind of improvements can be made so that the thumbnails look absolutely amazing. Moving on to tip number 5, your title, description, and tags. And guys, this is going to be super important, so take out your pen and paper and get ready to take some notes. Your title, description, and tags are going to be a huge influence to the YouTube algorithm because if you have an irrelevant title, no description, and little to no tags, you're practically destroying your own video. All of these things play a part in what's called search engine optimization, which is basically the practice of increasing the quantity and quality of traffic to your content through organic results. Not sub for sub and all of those useless things, which I'll get to later in the video. But for an effective title, this is kind of obvious, but make it to be what the video is actually about. Besides the thumbnail, the title is also going to be one of the first things people see when they're browsing through YouTube, so you want it to be precise and attention grabbing, or even clickbaity if you will, as long as it remains true to your content. Now for your description, man, I can't even tell you how important this one is, but I'm gonna try and do my best. The description is your chance to really trigger maximum SEO because you can literally put all of your keywords on there. Usually for me, I try to contain as many keywords as possible in the first few sentences of the description, because if somebody was to go on Google and type in exactly a phrase that contains all of the keywords, chances are my videos will pop up first, and if everything goes according to plan, then the same thing can be said about the title as well. Furthermore, your description will also be the portal where you can link your other videos for people to click on, your social media handles, your affiliate links, so on and so forth. The weird thing sometimes is I see people with more subscribers than myself and they don't really utilize all the tools that YouTube gives them. So in my head I'm just like, dude, if you had inputted more effort into your description, then perhaps you would grow even faster than you are growing right now. If I was in their spot, which I'm hoping to be soon, I'd definitely take advantage of this. Lastly, for tip number 5 is the tags for your videos. Tags are also basically keywords, so it links back to what people search for and whether or not it relates to your tags. And if it does relate, then your videos will have a greater probability of popping up for them, which then potentially eventually results in more views. Do you all see how this can benefit your YouTube growth? I'm assuming you all put in a ton of effort for your videos already, so why not put in another 10% and get better results? Now on to tip number 6, using the end screen and cards feature. These two things are something that you should add immediately after your video is done processing, because it's another gateway for people to watch the other content on your channel. The end screen in particular is something that I always utilize, because once it gets towards the last few bits of the video, there's going to be 2 boxes that people can click on should those videos stand out to them. In addition to that, it also shows a circle containing my profile picture, so people can either click on it to subscribe or visit the channel. It's basically another method of saying, hey, you watched this video, maybe you'll enjoy these 2 videos as well. On the other hand, the cards feature is also really useful, especially if you want to link one of your videos within the videos that your current viewers are watching. For example, if I was to say something like, hey, I have another video demonstrating X, Y, and Z, feel free to click it at the top here somewhere, that would give the viewers an opportunity to click on that link and open up a separate tab so that they can watch that video right after watching this one. And as a result, that gets you more views. These 2 features are free features that YouTube allows you to use, so why not take advantage of them? It'll only help your channel. So after you post your video, what do? This leads us to tip number 7. Joining groups on Facebook and Reddit. Now I say Facebook and Reddit because these 2 forms of social media are primarily what I use, but this one can be a little bit tricky because some of you may already be thinking about spamming your content on these pages, but that's not exactly what you should be doing. Sure, when you're starting off you might need that extra boost of traffic to your content, so I completely get it if you must do it, but I would say as you continue to grow more and more, you should be doing this less and less. And as a result, this will allow your channel to grow organically instead of you having to spam your videos every single time you post them. So when you join these groups, there's a couple of things that you could do. You could again spam your videos and not learn anything at all. You can read about the success stories and tips on how to grow your channel and then incorporate them into your own projects. Or you could do the second option and interact with others so that they can check out your content and you can also check out their content. And no guys, I don't mean sub for sub. When you're in these groups, it's mainly filled with people who are also looking to grow on YouTube, so it's a really great opportunity for you guys to view each other's content and learn from them. This is basically studying in a sense because you're analyzing their filming and editing skills and even the way they write their descriptions. So if anything stands out to you, you can make a note to yourself about the things to either include or avoid. Guys, I've connected with so many people by using Facebook and Reddit, and I even managed to get a ton of constructive criticism, which led me to where I am today. So if you want to grow on YouTube, you need to be able to step out of your comfort zone and be open to criticism, just like how I was. And again, this is a way to interact with others, so you can provide constructive feedback in return as well. And speaking about interaction, tip number 8 is interacting with your YouTube community. And guys, this is something that you absolutely must do. Let me repeat that one more time. This is something that you absolutely must do. One of the best things about YouTube is that it allows you to build a loyal and dedicated following that eventually evolves into a part of your community, and this sense of community can often be measured by the amount of engagement that you receive on your videos. Engagement is another huge factor that really impacts the YouTube algorithm, and it relates to how much of your video people watch, if they're leaving comments on your video, and if they're taking action when you ask them to, like if you haven't already smashed the like button, now would be a good time to do so. But anyway, if you're really looking to grow on YouTube, it's essential for you to build out that community, and in more simple terms, respond to every single comment, whether it's good or bad. It's honestly up to you how you want to respond to comments, but I generally try to respond to both positive and negative comments with positivity. And the reason for that is because there's always going to be those people who dislike your videos and leave you nasty comments, but that's just a part of life. In this world, there's always going to be those negative people who want the worst for you, but it's up to you whether or not you want to become the bigger person and look at it from a different perspective. Aside from that, allocate some time to check out other YouTubers' channels who share the same niche as yourself and comment on some of their videos. Not only does this allow you to become a part of their community, it allows you to expose your channel as well. So it's pretty much a win-win situation. So again, interact with your viewers as much as you possibly can. Alright, the last tip on our list is tip number 9, which is to look at your analytics. Looking at this is going to be important to your growth on YouTube because this portion of the YouTube studio will show you an overview of your reach, your audience, your performance over time, and engagement. And I'm not going to go into too much detail here, but your analytics will basically give you the opportunity to reflect on your successes and defeats. If a video is doing exceptionally good or bad, look at your impressions, look at your click-through rate, look at your average view duration. What is this showing you? If you have a ton of impressions but a low click-through rate, then maybe you need better thumbnails. Or if you have a ton of views but a low average view duration, then maybe you need to rethink about your content and see what improvements can be made. There's literally so much to be learned through the analytics, and it's definitely not something to look past. So make sure to take some time and look through this, especially if your channel is not growing as quickly as you would like. On the other hand, if your channel is growing quickly and you're wondering why, this would be a great opportunity for you to look into this as well. See what your wins are, see what you're doing right, and what improvements can be made from there. Is it the titles that you're using, the thumbnails, the length of the videos? reflect on what your successes are, and you'll be even better. Guys, growing on YouTube is tough. I get it. And honestly, I'm not that far away from you. But I did learn a ton on the way up. The most difficult part of my YouTube career was starting because I really had to dig deep to find the inner motivation to post my first video. When the idea of starting a YouTube channel popped up in my head, I shared it with a couple of colleagues, and guess what? Most of them just laughed at me. They didn't believe that I could actually make something out of this, but hey, months later and I'm past 1,000 subscribers. I reached my goal while they're sitting complacent and doing the things that they've always been doing. I guess the point I'm trying to make here is to find your why. Find what motivates you to try to succeed on YouTube, and then make a plan to execute. By watching this video, you're already showing eagerness for success. So seriously, give yourself a pat on the back for wanting to be different. Remember guys, be consistent, analyze your videos, interact with your community, learn more about photo editing and video editing skills, and overall just try to aim to be 1% better every single day. But yeah, you guys, that's all I have for you today, and I know this video was kind of long, but I really hope it helps you with your YouTube growth. It's honestly such a privilege to make videos for you guys, so if you enjoyed today's video and found it useful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I also post videos weekly on the channel, so if you're new to the channel, make sure to turn on the little bell so that you can be alerted when the next video comes out. But as always, you guys, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.